Welcome back to CloudForge. Today we'll learn about AWS EC2 Instance Types and understand when to use each instance based on your application requirements. Let's get started. AWS EC2 Instance Types are classified into two categories, based on resource usage and based on purchase type. Let's understand both of them in detail. Based on resource usage, AWS EC2 provides 5 instance families: general compute optimized, storage optimized, and accelerated computing. Let's understand each one. General purpose instances provide a balanced combination of CPU, memory, and networking. They're ideal for web servers, application servers, development, testing, and everyday business applications. Welcome back to CloudForge. Compute-optimized instances are designed for CPU-intensive workloads. They're ideal for batch processing, applications that require high processing power. Memory-optimized instances provide large amounts of RAM for memory-intensive applications. They're ideal for databases, SAP, Redis, in-memory caching, and real-time analytics. Storage-optimized instances provide high-speed local storage and high IOPS for data-intensive workloads. They're ideal for big data, NoSQL databases, and data warehousing applications. Accelerated computing instances use powerful GPUs works. They're ideal for AI, machine learning, video rendering, and graphics-intensive applications. Now that we've understood the different EC2 instance types, let's switch to the AWS Management Console and see them practically. Let's get started.
Hello all, welcome to CloudForge Training Institute. Today we are going to discuss about EC2 instance types. There are two types of EC2 instance types. Those are categorized based on resource usage and purchase type. When it comes to resource usage, we have general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, storage optimized, and accelerated computing instances. And when it comes to purchase type, we have on-demand instances, reserved instances, spot instances, and dedicated host or instances. Okay, here based on the resources means CPU, RAM, storage, and networking for that particular instances. Okay, so why we are using the general purpose, or what are the general purpose? So when it comes to general purpose instances, they are designed for applications that need moderate compute and memory usages. For example, if you take your laptop for the general purpose, if you take, okay, that required at least 4 GB of RAM and 2 CPUs or 4 CPUs, those are enough because we are using only for the general purpose. Okay, so in the same way, there are some general purpose instances that are T2, T3, T4, and M5 and other we have. So when you see in the console, T3. So these are the T3, okay, T4. So these are comes in under general purpose. So when you see here CPU, okay, CPU, memory, those are all very less, only 8 CPU, 32, 2 GB, sorry, 2 CPU, 4 GB, 2 GB, 2 CPUs. So like this we have. So these are all we are using for the general purpose. Okay, so means if you have the less request, okay, for example, you have build one application or company website, okay, so that request and means the customer connecting to your applications is very less. Okay, so those type of applications we can use normal general purpose instances. Okay, so these are the T3 family, T5 family, or M5. Okay, so those have moderate CPU, moderate RAM, and moderate storage. Okay, so the common uses, if you see company website, if your company is very small one, you can use this, or internal portals, web applications, small databases if you want to build, or if you want to build any third party applications like a Jenkins, Docker. So for those you can use these general purpose instances. Okay, so when it comes to advantages, it is cost effective. So when compared to other instance types, it is very less. Okay, balanced performance, easy to scale and scale down. Okay, suitable for the beginners. That's okay, leave it. And compute optimized. So when it comes to compute optimized, the CPU performance is very high. Okay, for example, if you buy the gaming related laptops, okay, that for those CPU is very high. Okay, so if you build some applications like live streaming, you can see like Netflix, um, G Star, or whatever. So those type of live performance, whatever applications they are giving, media related applications. So those they can use the compute optimized instances because the performance is high. Okay, so application availability, reachability is very high. Okay, and then memory optimized. So when it comes to memory optimized, okay, so RAM is very high when compared to CPU. So why we are using this memory optimized instances? Let's take an example. In your computer, you are installing some applications like Zoom, okay, WhatsApp, any other applications. It requires RAM, okay, not CPU. So for these type of applications, okay, like databases, SAP related applications, Redis, okay, these are all required high-end memories. Okay, so for this we require memory optimized instances. You can see the why they are called as a memory optimized. So some applications are required large amount of memory instead of disk and CPU. Okay, so in the real time, if you see some database related applications, okay, memory cache, okay, so memory cache Redis, why we are using. So if you see, if you enter something in your browser, see, so I have used just F, okay, but facebook.com it indicating because the data is already stored from my history. Okay, so those type of data is stored in memory cache type of instances. So for those, they are using this. Okay, cache related applications, these are all. And storage optimized. So storage optimized instances are designed for some applications which require high speed local storage and high input output operations. In simple terms, we can call it as IOPS, input output operations. Okay, for example, if you take in previously we have HDD related laptops. Now everyone mostly using SSD related laptops. Means hard drive, you can say SSD. So if SSD, if you are using the performance, the throughput, if you are copying a file from one location to another location, the throughput is high. But in HDD, if you copy from your laptop to your pen drive something, the copy throughput means copying from one location to another. When you are copying from one location to another location, how much data is transferring per second? That you have to calculate. Okay, in SSD type, it is very high. Okay, the speed is very high. So those type of applications, if required, you have to use storage optimized instances. Okay, so these are the common usages like Elasticsearch, Apache Cassandra, MongoDB, Hadoop related applications, Spark related applications, big data analytics, and some other SQL databases. They are using these storage typed. Okay, and we have also accelerated computing. These are using to use using for, I can say, AI related applications, okay, or machine learning applications. Okay, so let's see, we have some P related servers. Let's see one by one. Just search P. Let's see, did I get anything? I think very less EC2 instance types are available for the P series. Okay, let's see, you can search one by one. Okay, so to search it, so come to EC2 console and click on the EC2 instance types. You can see these many instance types. Okay, then you can search for storage optimized. It starts with T2, T3. These are the families, and for the compute optimized, these are the families C5, C6. You can see C5. So these are the families. So if you see CPU memory is high for this. Okay, and network performance you can see, and how much you have to pay for hour. So these are the details you can see here. And for the when it comes to memory optimized, it's R5, R5, R6. Those are the instance types. Okay, CPU is the 48, memory is 384. So if you see, you can see those. Okay, and network performance. Okay, 10 GB per second, or okay, and on demand. I mean, these are all pricing list. Okay, how much you have to pay per hour. So like this, we have to see.
Now that we've learned about EC2 instance types based on resources, let's explore EC2 instance types based on purchase options and understand which option best fits your business needs. Let you pay only for the compute capacity you use, with no long-term commitment. They're perfect for development, testing, short-term projects, and unpredictable workloads. Reserved instances offer significant cost savings when you commit to using an EC2 instance for 1 or 3 years. They're ideal for long-running production workloads with predictable usage. Spot instances use AWS's unused compute of up to 90%. They're ideal for batch processing, testing, CI/CD, and workloads that can tolerate interruptions. Dedicated hosts provide an entire physical server exclusively for a single customer. They're ideal for software licensing, regulatory compliance, and workloads requiring complete hardware isolation.
So now we will see EC2 instance types based on purchase. One is on-demand instance. So using this on-demand instance, you have to pay only for what you use. For example, if you use this type of instances for 30 minutes, you have to pay only for 30 minutes. If you use for 2 hours or 10 hours, you have to pay for that particular time period of time only. Okay, so to make your application high availability, whenever your application is facing the issue, to make your application high availability, you have to use this on-demand instances. Okay, and second thing is reserved instances. So Amazon providing the discounts here. When so if you choose EC2 instance reserved for 1 year or 3 years. Okay, these two options only. Either 1 year you have to choose, or 3 years. So for the particular instance, you have to use for particular uses only. For example, database purpose. I have to use this instance for database usage. Okay, so you can reserve those instances for 1 year or 3 years. So then Amazon will provide the discounts. So some of the examples like banking applications, okay, runs every day. So because that banking applications runs every day, right? So we can run the you can reserve your application for 3 years. Another one is spot instance. So you can use the AWS spare capacity. Okay, so it has huge discounts when compared to other category instances. But there isn't a disadvantages. It is spot. It's like a bidding. You have to buy in bid. Okay. So for example, if you are buying this spot instances for $10, so now you are using. So 30 within you are used 30 minutes or 1 hour. But next bidding, okay, if someone buy this same server for $15, Amazon will allocate this server to them. Okay, so Amazon will notice you within 2 minutes. This instance will terminate. Okay, because there is another bit they are paying more when compared to you. So this is a main disadvantage when you use spot instances. Okay, and another one is dedicated host. So the server, okay, it's a complete physical server. Okay, you will come to know what is physical server, virtual server in terms of in the class of Docker. Okay, so this complete server dedicating to particular customer. Okay, no other AWS customer cannot be share this one. Okay, so for example, banking related one, government related one, applications, compliance related applications. So I'm dedicating this host to particular application or particular uses only. Okay, so for these type of servers, you can choose the dedicated host. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next video, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more AWS, Linux, and DevOps tutorials. See you in the next